Would you like to buy this jacket? Now, I know a lot of what I do on this channel is reviewing jackets, talking about jackets and other clothing, and I don't often talk super directly about the fact that I have a shop where I sell leather jackets. In this video, that is exactly what I'm going to do, because right now is an extremely important time when it comes to buying a Rainbow Country jacket if you're going to do it from my shop. Right now, we're in the very beginning of the pre-order window for Rainbow Country's 2026 production. What does that mean? What does it matter to you? Well, pre-orders go through two phases. Right now, we're in what's called the unlimited phase. What this means is I'm accepting orders for all the jackets that I'm planning to carry in any size or color combination. That period ends when I have to place my order as a vendor with Rainbow Country. And so Sunday, June 21st, unlimited pre-order ends. If you don't get your pre-order in before then, pre-orders are still possible. We move into the limited phase of pre-orders. At that point, the only jackets that are available for pre-order are those that I've committed to purchase for the shop. However, those slots are limited. Once they're claimed, that particular slot is gone. If you're really wanting to make sure that you can get the jackets you want, the very best time is to order during the unlimited phase. And that ends this Sunday, June 21st. So there's really not a lot of time. This is not something I'm trying to produce artificially. This is literally just how the ordering process works. What Rainbow Country does is they take the orders from vendors like myself, and that determines how much leather they need to get from the Shinky tannery, the different linings and hardware and all the other components that they're using to make jackets for the coming year are based off of the orders from vendors like myself. So they have to have a hard cutoff for the orders so that they know what to get. But Dale, you say, what if I don't want to purchase via pre-order? Well, of course you don't have to, but most jackets have sold via pre-order, and the ones that don't, I use for size exchanges for folks who have pre-ordered. That leaves very few jackets left over to be sold as stock jackets. So you can wait, that is your choice. It just really greatly reduces the chances you'll get what you want. Let's talk a little bit about timelines. So pre-orders are open now. The unlimited phase ends this Sunday, June 21st. Limited lasts until jackets are delivered. Yeah. Well, when will jackets be delivered, huh? So on each listing, I do provide an estimated time of delivery. So this is based off past experience and on the provided kind of expected times or target times from Rainbow Country. Jackets are produced in order, so they have a kind of a production list. For example, Hercules are first, and the A2 flight jackets are last. And they go through that list, producing jackets as they go and shipping them out as they're done in batches. They do tend to produce the black jackets before the brown jackets. So the very first jackets that are completed are the black Hercules. The target for them is in December. Now, target is important here. Estimate is important here. This year, there was a delay. Last year, they started delivering the black Hercules in December. Fantastic. This year, they didn't start delivering them until late March, perhaps, early April. Because the Shinky tannery had a production delay. Of course, if Rainbow Country doesn't have the leathers they need to make the jackets, then there will be delays. And that is exactly what we experienced. So I do try to provide a range there just to have a expectation that is in line with reality. So we always hope for the early end and prepare that it could take longer than that. So we do need to talk about pricing here. So Rainbow Country jackets are premium leather jackets. They are fantastic. They are highly sought after. From the big makers out of Japan that are really known for their leather jackets, which I would say are Freewheelers, Real McCoys, and Rainbow Country as the top three. Rainbow Country is the most affordable of those three. My goal for my pricing is to echo that affordability and, as much as I can, make my price close to what your price would be if you were buying directly from Japan. This is actually a criticism I received from the first year that I was offering jackets. And I just didn't really have a firm idea of what to price the jackets at. So let's run through an example of how the pricing would work using a size 42 Hercules as the comparator. That 42 Hercules, which is considered a big size in the Rainbow Country model pricing, is, at the shops that I looked at, 253,000 yen. If you convert that to US dollars today, that's about $1,690 or $1,700. If you then pay the import duties for a jacket at that price, you're adding about $250. You also have to pay shipping, which might be between $50 to $75. So if we take that, $1,700 plus $250, that's $1,950, plus shipping would be conservatively $2,000. I have that jacket, 42 Hercules, listed on my site for $1,965, and then US you pay $40 shipping. So basically the same price. And that's on purpose. That's on purpose because I do want to make these jackets available to folks in the American market. I do think it's kind of exciting, and this is something that I think is interesting, as Rainbow Country is a brand that is producing reproductions of American styles. And so I really do want to kind of raise their awareness, raise people's awareness of the brand here in America. And I do take that part of things kind of seriously. And so all that to say, from a pricing standpoint, buying from my shop is right about the same as what you'd pay as buying from a shop in Japan. There is also an advantage here, which is I do accept returns. I don't accept returns for refunds to the purchase price, but I accept returns to exchange for another size if I have it in stock, as discussed, or I do accept returns for store credit and then help you get the jacket you need on the next run or exchange for a different color. There's some options there. But the point being, you're not stuck with the jacket that doesn't fit if you do your best to get the right size and it just doesn't work out. So after all that, what is actually available for pre-order? So if you go to the shop at Duds by Dell, click the pre-orders button, it'll show all the Vanson and Rainbow Country jackets that are available for pre-order. I am adding more jackets to the Rainbow Country pre-order listings as we go through this week. So currently I have the Hercules in black, seal brown, tobacco brown, and light brown. I have the Speedster in black, seal brown, and light brown. I have the A2 flight jacket in dark seal brown and tobacco brown. I have the Spider in black and seal brown. And you know what? I feel like I'm missing something. The easiest thing to do is just go to the shop. You can also sign up for my email list, which I do send out emails as I add new listings to the shop. Oh, for example, I'm also carrying the Allstate. I just added that one and sent an email out about it. So the Allstate is their biker jacket. Anyways, some important notes about those jackets. If you're looking for a bigger size, which is not uncommon here in America, the only jackets that go to 48 are the Speedster and the Hercules. If you have questions about sizing, email me at dell@dudsbydell.com. I might miss a comment or a DM. I do try to reply to all of them, but it is much easier for me to keep track of emails versus messages across a bunch of different social media platforms. If you have any other questions, always hit me up. I try to be transparent and helpful and genuinely just connect you with the best jacket that I can. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. I'll be doing another video where I really just go over all the models and just a brief discussion about them and show pictures to share what they look like. And anyways, have a good one, man.